Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? Welcome back. Today we're reacting to The Internet is Mad at Kai Cenat. Make sure you check out the original video and creator. They will be in the description. Let me go back here. Let me see what's actually going on. I'm curious because it's like Kai Cenat, I feel like the entire time he's been on the internet, literally, I feel like he hasn't seemed to have done. Granted, I don't really watch him. I just see like occasional clips of him every now and again, and you know, nothing's ever really been concerning to me. So I'm very curious to see what he could have said or done that would actually like make people mad at him. So let's see what
this
we got
may
going
be
on
an L tape, and I apologize in advance. But I couldn't see how niggas got into PewDiePie.
Well, guys, there seems to be an epidemic.
That's actually insane. That's actually insane. Hold on. That's actually insane.
This may be an L tape, and I apologize in advance. But I couldn't see how niggas got into PewDiePie.
Bro,
well, guys,
that is wild.
there seems to be an epidemic.
That is actually wild. PewDiePie is literally like, well, one of my favorite YouTubers, probably my favorite YouTuber, period. And PewDiePie is like, in my opinion, I would say PewDiePie is still the king of YouTube, still the GOAT. I mean, bro got over 100 million subscribers legitimately just being him, not doing, you know, not giving away millions of dollars, not being a corporate entity. He just was him. And I think I can see why the internet is mad at Kai Cenat, because I definitely do not really like him very much at all now either.
And as a person who has a commentary channel on YouTube, clearly I think my opinion is far more important than it actually is. So I feel like it is my duty to talk about that epidemic to you guys because, you know, I'm sure you care about what I think. Over the last, year or so, I'd say, but especially, the last 3 or 4 months, I've seen a pretty significant rise in something on the internet, especially in, the content creation / streaming world. It's become, what I guess you could call a problem. It's not really a problem because, you know, stuff like this doesn't really matter in the real world all that much. Maybe a little bit, we'll get into that later. But, I feel like it's definitely affecting the integrity of content creation as a whole, and, you know, that means something to me, so here we are. Now, what's inspiring today's video, if you will, was a couple of days ago, a clip of Kai Cenat went viral on Twitter, where on stream he basically said he doesn't understand how anybody used to watch PewDiePie or got into watching PewDiePie, implying that his videos were boring. And since PewDiePie was one of, if not the first content creators to really master the whole put your head down and let shit blow over method when it comes to getting out of controversy, these days I feel like the average opinion on PewDiePie is relatively positive. So this comment coming out of left field for seemingly no reason rubbed some people the wrong way. Now, I mean, promise
PewDiePie had I'm aware PewDiePie had the bridge incident, and that was pretty bad. I mean, I'm not gonna say it wasn't bad, but I can't really think of anything else PewDiePie did all the years I watched him that was bad. Not that I can really think of. So yeah, definitely
this
pretty
is
crazy.
not going to be 10 minutes of me talking about what Kai Cenat said about PewDiePie, but just for context, I'll show you the clip, just so you have an idea of what actually happened. Please subscribe.
That shit was fire to me.
Hold on. This may be an L tape.
What you gonna say?
This may be an L tape, and I apologize in advance. But I couldn't see how niggas got into PewDiePie. I'm sorry.
Nah, I agree. I feel like I didn't watch him. When I looked into him,
I'll be honest. That might be an L tape though. You feel me?
It'd be like that.
Bro, that is an awful take.
Because some niggas might say that about
Bro, wait, hold on. Let me see the chat.
Not for me, personally.
Hold on. Let me go back. Let me go back so you can see the chat. Let me move my camera. Okay. There. Oh, wait. Let me move the camera to there. There we go. Okay.
I feel like I didn't watch him. When I looked into him,
I'll be honest. That might be an L tape though. You feel me?
It'd be like that sometimes.
Bro.
But everybody's not for everybody, because some niggas might say that about you.
Not facts.
It'd be like that.
Not for
I
me,
can't believe how many people are
personally,
saying facts. That's crazy.
Okay, so there's the clip, and obviously nothing terrible is said. It is honestly a little worse in context. Usually that's not the way these things go. Usually things are cut out to make things sound a little bit worse than usual. Not that that's really applicable here, we'll get to that in a second. But I scrubbed through the 25 fucking hours of this stream to find where it was said, and right before this guy was talking about how Jake Paul and Team 10 used to run shit. So to follow that up by saying, yeah, PewDiePie was kind of ass is kind of weird, but, you know, who cares? But as I was saying, it's not like Kai really says anything too bad here. He's just giving his opinion, says he doesn't know how somebody got into a YouTuber. Who gives a fuck? Not everybody's gonna like the same YouTubers. But a lot of people on Twitter did seem to really get upset about this. I've seen dozens of YouTube videos made about this, and, yeah, that was the intention. Ragebait has taken over the internet in a way that I have never seen it before. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Yeah.
Kai Cenat is the kind of content creator right now where everything that is coming out of his mouth, everything that he's doing, is being formulated by a team. He is basically like the Mr. Beast of streaming. This is not organic content. He has teams within teams of people looking for the most efficient ways to go viral, the best ways to get clips of him out
Yeah,
there.
I will say,
People constantly
one thing about Kai Cenat clips, that at least the ones that I've seen that I found entertaining, was it was never really Kai that I found entertaining. It was always someone like Ray, or I think he had like the NPC Miles or whatever on a stream, and those are like pretty funny clips. I've never really found Kai personally entertaining, but you know, people like him.
constantly looking for new and more effective ways to get
But yeah,
people
I'm-
saying the word.
Ragebait is definitely something, it seems to be getting talked about a lot more now, because it's just like every single person is just posting things to upset the public for clicks. It's pretty wild how widespread of a marketing tactic it is. I mean, I know for me, like when I try to promote stuff, I personally go a more tame route of like just like posting memes and stuff, you know, just to, you know, try to get people to my page, you know. But I definitely, the last thing I like, even though people say all publicity is good publicity, I fully disagree with that, because all bad publicity is going to bite you at the end of the day. So personally, I don't like to have any negative energy going towards my small little realm of space on the internet. So honestly, I can't really understand why all these huge creators want negative energy.
Words Kai Cenat,
going
and
towards that.
every single fucking person on the internet plays right into it. Now look, rage baiting, engagement farming, clip farming, whatever you want to call it, it's nothing new. People have been making a fool of themselves or intentionally pissing other people off for views forever, but I feel like recently people have been able to take it to new heights. I feel like it's pretty fair to say that YouTubers or content creators in general, really, being genuine celebrities is still a relatively new thing. Sure, you can go back 10 years ago and there were a ton of content creators that were pretty big names, and most of the people on the internet knew them. But these days, you have
10, I'm
guys
trying to
like
think,
Kai.
10 years ago, 2025, we would have had people like, I don't know, I guess you had like McJuggernuggets, there would have been Nigahiga, PewDiePie, of course, freaking Markiplier. There were some pretty big names on YouTube 10 years ago, but definitely not like 100 million subscribers or like Mr. Beast, which, funny thing about Mr. Beast is I actually did used to watch Mr. Beast before he blew up. Bro was like actually low-key funny, and like actually, I don't know, I feel like I always wonder why he went down the road. I mean, I guess obviously the road he went down was very successful, but I always wondered why he chose that path, because he was having success not giving away money. I don't know, it's weird.
Kai Cenat showing up in fucking T-Mobile commercials with Snoop Dogg and Patrick Mahomes. You've got
Really?
gambling commercials with
Crazy.
Sketch and Drewski. You've got Mr. Beast partnering with one of the biggest companies in the world making...
I don't know, I've been seeing Snoop Dogg in commercials for the longest time, and actually hearing about Kai being in one is pretty interesting. I don't know, I always thought it was crazy. I think I want to say it was like Lil Baby in a commercial, and I thought that was pretty wild. I think I seen Ice Spice in a commercial. That didn't surprise me as much.
Making a game
though.
show. I mean, things are different. These guys are no longer just internet names. It's just a different level of celebrity than we're used to seeing from people who got their fame off the internet. And with that, I feel like comes a new, basically free way to get your name out there more and more every day, and it's doing shit like Kai Cenat did with this clip. He says something that nobody's gonna care about, nobody's gonna remember after a few days, but is just controversial enough, just outside of the box, talks enough that it pisses some people off, and then you've got free advertising on the front page of Twitter for the next 24 hours. Now, obviously, for the average content creator, even a relatively big content creator, something like this is not really going to work. You're going to have to say something more outrageous, more polarizing, something that produces more real emotions from people. But when you're one of the biggest content creators on the internet, every single thing you say is going to be seen by a lot of people, so anything that can be slightly polarizing is going to have this sort of effect. So when him saying something like this produces multiple tweets about him that all have millions of views, it's really no wonder that a lot of smaller content creators try and reproduce this effect by saying crazier and crazier shit. But I mean, I feel like we've talked about that kind of rage bait a lot already. You know, the kind of guys who will go around just trying to piss people off doing anything for a viral clip, think like Jack Doherty. This, however, feels a little bit newer, a little bit different, and like, I'm not saying that it's worse by any means, because trust me, I would rather people just go crazy about anything that Dexerto tweets and get pissed off about it instead of, you know, a bunch of dumbasses harassing people with the camera for views. However, I do think this is an interesting thing to talk about, because I feel like in an era where media literacy is about to get extremely important, we are seeing it drop, like, a lot. To me, these sorts of clips are seeming to do to the 30 and under crowd what AI posts are doing to the, like, 50 and over crowd. People cannot tell anymore when they're being taken advantage of on the internet, it seems. And, you know, to be honest, I don't know if I can really blame them. I feel like this is one of those things where, since I basically deal with it every single day, I sometimes start to forget that the average person does not, and I have to remember that for it to make sense that most people would not think twice about shit like this, because I feel like the average person does not really fully grasp just how monetized every single thing on every single social media is these days. If you want to know why rage bait is so popular these days, it's because you can get paid money for basically any fucking thing that happens on social media now. That's why there's so many bot accounts on Twitter. That's why there's so many people on TikTok who will shill literally anything they can find in the TikTok shop. That's why half of every single Twitter comment section is just dudes who will sit around on Twitter all day long disagreeing with anybody who's willing to talk to them, trying to get as many conversations and as many impressions as possible. And it's why you've got guys like Kai Cenat probably paying Twitter accounts like Dexerto to take a 10-second clip out of a 25-hour-long stream to get people a little riled up. Social media is so damn lucrative these days that social media platforms will pay you for just about anything that you can do to keep other people on their platform for longer. And I mean, look, as a person who pays their bills through a form of that, I'm not necessarily complaining. However, I do think that's gone a little far. Maybe I'm just biased because I'm a YouTuber, but I feel like there is a distinctive difference between somebody making a YouTube video and that person splitting the ad revenue gain from that video with Google because people enjoyed watching the video, and a person sitting on Twitter all day purposely trying to piss people off and get people into arguments because Twitter wants to reward you if you can get people addicted to Twitter and have them sit on it all day and argue with other people, continuing the cycle. Now, like, obviously, a lot of people were going to spend their days doing that anyways, but there has definitely been an increase in the amount of people willing now that you can make money off of it. Anyways, I feel like I'm kind of getting away from my original point. Basically, why I wanted to make this video is because I feel like I'm starting to see stuff like this pretty frequently, and I mean, there's nothing that can really be done about it. They're going to continue to do this stuff because it's so damn effective and it's essentially free. Once you reach the level of fame that a guy like Kai Cenat is at, all you've got to do is say something, I don't know, slightly abrasive once every 3 weeks, and then you'll go viral on Twitter. 100 dumbasses, including myself, will make a video about you on YouTube. You'll get the easiest, freest flow of traffic of your entire career, and you'll just keep doing it because why wouldn't you? So I'm not going to sit here and be like, we need to end this, we need to figure out how to get these guys to stop doing this stuff, because they're not gonna. Really, what I want to say is that the next time you see something like this, the next time you see a tweet or a clip like this, where somebody is doing something or saying something that isn't like crazy offensive, but it's enough that it's something you might talk about, just ask yourself, is this real? Does this feel organic to me? Does this really feel like somebody was just watching a 24-hour-long stream and decided to clip what was basically a throwaway comment about a YouTuber who doesn't even really upload anymore? Or was this done on purpose to get me angry? Just really sit there for a moment and think, Could he have maybe picked PewDiePie because he's a guy who's done some pretty questionable stuff in the past and can't really be defended too hard on the internet? And is Kai Cenat saying something as tame as, you know what, I don't really like this YouTuber as much as other people, really worth a tweet from Dexerto? Those are just a few things that I think you should ask yourself. And if you do ask yourself those questions and you get your answer and you still want to reply to that tweet or you still want to make a YouTube video, okay, do whatever you want. Who gives a shit? But don't let it suck you in if you don't really want it to. If you want to get sucked in, pause. Fine, let it happen. Who cares? But if you don't, taking a step back and asking yourself, is this bullshit, can save you more often than you think. Well, guys, what do you think? Like I said, the reason I'm making this video is not really to, like, try and get these guys to start doing it, because there's no way they would unless...
I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you check out the original video, of course. And, I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.